Hello world, welcome to Life Rocks. You think about it, let's talk about it. In newspaper reading countries, we can usually tell where a mind is focused. They say that if you go to the sports section first, you're sports minded. If you go to the business section first, you're business minded and money minded. If you go to the cartoon section first, you are humorous. And if you go to the front pages first, you lose whatever mind you once had. The mind is an unusual thing. There's a lot of discussion in theology and philosophy and psychology and science and religion as to how the mind operates and how the mind relates to the rest of you. For example, is the mind independent? Is the mind the same as the brain? We sometimes call it the mind-body problem. How does the mind relate to your physical structure? Is the mind ever the cause of anything? Those are theoretical discussions. But even in the normal course of life, we use the word mind in common language. Mind your own business, for example. Or they say don't have negative thinking in your mind. Have positive thinking. Always appreciate somebody. Don't be critical. A mind helps you to at least consider options and hopefully think well if you're a good thinker. My early logic classes teacher used to say, logic is not magic. If you don't study it, the results will be tragic. And that's really true. You've got to have a rigorous mind. But the mind is also the cause of internal clutter, the cause of chaos, as a filter which processes many inputs. When distractions happen, when relationships break, your mind keeps playing the same stories over and over again. Your mind keeps hearing voices which you don't want to entertain but feels very real. So the mind can be the means of disturbance. Sometimes we use the phrase, he's gone mental, meaning he's lost his mind. In order to acknowledge and address the mind problem as a contributor to either peace or lack of it, the challenge of contemporary situations of multiple technological streams, you are constantly distracted. You don't know how to prioritize. You cannot focus. And then when other disturbances come in the way, you're really confused in your mind. You've gone mental. In contemporary trend, mindfulness is proposed as the way of being present, of paying attention. Those are good recommendations. They'll even ask you to do a mental body scan going from the bottom of your feet all the way to the top, or to focus on your own breathing. Those may slow you down for a while, and it's good to rest your mind. But I also want you to be careful about what you're filling your mind with in mindfulness. If you're filling your mind with the wrong stuff, rather than what is true and good and pure. When you empty your mind and you try to transcend your consciousness, all kinds of other things can move in. From bad thoughts to lustful temptations to malevolent spirits. So you got to be careful. Often I look at the literature and it seems like mindfulness is really calling for mindlessness. Don't think about anything. I'd recommend you get a nap every day, or in good traditions, get a day off every week. Cut off from all external especially technology activity. And some even say take sabbaticals. Those are good things to rest your mind. Others say you need to analyze your frustrations. But you get frustrated trying to analyze your frustrations. If you cannot find peace of mind inside you, which is your search, and you can't find peace of mind outside you in terms of circumstances, I want to point you in the direction of the one who can give you peace. He says you will have perfect peace if you have a mind stayed on God. Perfect peace with a mind stayed, fixed, focused on God. Actually, when you focus on God, you can do all the other things better and peacefully. But if you don't focus on Him, everything else is going to be messed up. In the same context, it says, the reason God can be the one on whom you stay and fix and focus your mind is because He's the eternal rock. The Lord Jesus claimed to be the rock. He said, if you hear my words and do them, you'll be like a person building his house on the rock. And you have your mind fixed, stayed on the Lord Jesus. He'll give you peace, perfect peace. Regardless of circumstance, regardless of turmoil, your mind will have perfect peace. A confidence that every circumstance is under His control. And nothing escapes His notice. And you're perfectly and fully loved and cared for. You can be confident of that because He beat the ultimate mind problem of death itself when He rose from the dead and says, fix your life on me and I will give you peace. Declutter your mind. Focus it on the rock, the Lord Jesus. You think about it. Let's talk about it.